Hey everybody, just like the other video, it's a different video, not the Medi-Cal video. It is 10:26 p.m. on Friday, um, Friday, October 6th, 2023. And I was just talking about, I was wanting to do a video for prayerless prayers, gratitudes and prayerless prayers. I just want to talk about that for a minute. I have two options pretty much for that, pretty much. I have a third option which I don't want to use. I can use this phone here for prayerless prayers videos, which I use for everything else. I take a shitload of pictures of it, during the day. I install software on there, apps, install software. My God, I'm so, but it is software. And so anyway, it feels, it just, at any moment, all the time, I could be in the middle of a video. I'm crossing my fingers this one doesn't get cut off. Seriously. It doesn't matter how much, it's very arbitrary. I don't like to say that. Okay? I'd rather be like, well, if you know what I mean? It should be the same. It should always cut, if you have this much space available, and, it should be the same amount of video space, that you have. You're right, it should be. It should be, but it's not. All right, anyway, moving past that, because I just made that statement, and I hate that kind of shit. But anyway, so, my other option is my Nikon Coolpix P500, okay? Now, that has, has no problem with space, generally, but I have to keep it within 30 minutes, or do 30-minute segments, 29 minutes. That's not so bad. But the problem there is the batteries, okay? Now, when it dies, I don't get a warning chime. It just fucking goes. That's it. Like, it just shuts off. The lens closes. Once I can think of, I didn't even notice that it did. And I finished the video, and I'm like, all right, remember to brush your teeth. And it fucking cut off about like 5 minutes beforehand. I didn't know. All right, so those are my two my third option is to use the cam that is terrible on my desktop computer. But to go into Windows to do it, which is a nightmare, and it's like, this is also the slowest computer on Linux I've ever had, and it just, devices don't behave right in this apartment. I'm gonna say that again. All of the problems that, in the ministry update video, look for a video that says ministry update. I talk about it all in there, and that's why all this stuff is still happening. That's as honest as I can be about it, and I don't like talking about it because I don't like blaming shit on ghosts. Like, really, it sounds ridiculous to me. It absolutely, I hate it. Anyway, though, so luckily, honestly, there's not too much. It's not like things are happening like, I don't know, like fucking, I don't know, like major stuff like that would make me look terrible or whatever. You know what I mean? If I was like, well, I would have had that happen, how the ghost, you know what I mean? It's nothing like that. Thank God. It is nothing ever like that. I mean, I was talking to the Lord about that the other night and kind of thanking my lucky stars for that. But it did cause me to blame things on Jack for a while, honestly, thank God I keep these law again in the ministry update video. I'm repeating here now on this, but I'll do it. In the ministry update video, I talk about how when I thought, Jack was doing all this weird shit, like one time I came in here, very strange. I came home from like the grocery store, and there was a thick coat of dust over my piano and nothing else. Now, hindsight's 20/20. When you see shit like that happening, like that's not somebody doing that. That's like, and of course, like when I left, I knew, you know what I mean? I dust in here pretty regularly, so like, it's not like I'm talking about a thick coat, like what the fuck? I came in here and like it was so like, and none of the other furniture, it was just the piano. Like, and I was like, well, so obviously, at that time I didn't go. I went, oh, and I dusted it. Okay, at that time when that happened, I did not go, somebody must have did this. It was like much later, after like several weird things were happening like that and other things, and I was like, okay, like altogether, now I know that like this is somebody, you know what I mean? And I thought, who has a key? Well, he does, right? Like, well, anyway, long story short, paint that I cleaned off the wall furnace appearing back on there. I'm not kidding. Like, after I had cleaned it and took a video of it, cleaned the sides of it. There's paint. There's paint on it. Like, there has been, and it freaked me out at first. I definitely thought he did it. In fact, the strangest thing was I never told anyone this. And I'm glad the Lord had me react the way he did. The day I came home and the wall furnace had all that paint on it and shit like that, had the screw holes filled in. I went to go pay the rent, and there was a bunch of empty Rust-Oleum fucking bottles outside of Jack's door. I shit you not. Now, I was like, that son of a bitch wanted to, but I never said anything about it, and I never said anything to him about it publicly. And turns out, no, he didn't do it. He never came in here. It was just a total fucking coincidence. Honestly, it was a complete fucking coincidence. He was not in here for that. I'd almost bet my life, because I think we had camera footage from that day. Yeah, and there was no, that's when the camera footage shut off, but it still wasn't him. It wasn't him. Again, all the things together, unless he came in here on a one-off thing, you know what I mean, and did one, and then no, it wasn't him. But it was amazing because that set it up to really look like him a lot. But no, it wasn't him. It wasn't him. Shit happens. All the same weird shit happens in here all the time now, and it's now it doesn't. You know what I mean? Now that I know what the cause is, and I know where, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It's just a part of living here. I've been feeling well since I've been here, and I also kind of know that that's, that part of the reason too. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure of that. But but I also do what I can. You know what I mean? On the physical end, I'm pretty sure when I move out of here, I'm probably gonna feel a little bit bad. I would imagine. I'm trying to be very careful with what I assert here, because the activity in this apartment, and honestly, my neighbor moved out for the same reason. She actually told me, it's this shit going on here, and this is back when I thought Jack was doing it. I was like, no, it's not. There's people, there's shit that sounds like people here on the roof. I thought it was people on the roof. There's nothing. Nobody's up there at all. And sometimes it's you wouldn't believe the fucking sounds. For real, it's pretty wild. Anyway, this video wasn't even supposed to be about all this, but anyway, it's supposed to be about my prayerless prayer. But anyway, so I just wanted to check in and do some video, because I felt like being on video right now. But I'm gonna sit right here and do my prayerless prayers right here. Well, I have the breeze blowing because it's hot in here still. It's 72 out, but it's 80 in here, 82, or so it's 10 degrees hotter in here. So that's it. Anyway, sometimes things come and go. Remember now I have a video of this too. My oven temperature would vary, go up and down. While I've never had an oven do that before. Sometimes the oven would preheat. I put it on 350, right? Sometimes it'll preheat to 350 and stay there. And then sometimes it'll preheat to 400. And just stay on this, up to 350, and it's 400, 50 degrees above, and then start fluctuating at different times. And sometimes it'll stay on 350, and sometimes I'll put it on 400, and it'll come up to 200 and stay there. Now, have I had that happen in a while? No, it hasn't been happening. These things seem to happen in phases. I'm having weird problems with my device right now that I haven't had happen in almost a year. Since I've been here. It's been a while. The oven thing hasn't been happening so much. For a while, the burner, I used to be able to put, and I'm sure it'll happen again. I put it on 2, I could put it down to 2, level 2 on a burner, and it would be a fucking rolling boil with a pot. And stay that way, as if it were on 8. Not die down. It's, yeah, and what did I think when it first started happening? Again, because I'm a religious person, but I'm told, until I've been here, I didn't believe in fucking spirits and shit like that. And, And so I thought he was doing it. Yeah, of course. I did. Absolutely. Who the fuck is doing it? Ghosts? Like, come on. Yeah. Because it wasn't consistent, all right? Like, it wasn't like, oh, something's wrong with the oven and it's behaving the same, you know, like it's behaving consistently bad or whatever. And now the oven's fine again. You know what I mean? Occasionally those things will happen. They come and go. He knew that. Jack did know that because he owns this property, and it's been like, I don't know, you know, since he was much younger. His father, I think, bought it in the 1990s or something like that. So I mean, like, he's well aware of the fuck's going on here, and he could have told me, and I wouldn't have believed him. That is true. I would not have believed him because I fucking, like, I don't believe you. You know what I mean? Back when I thought he was doing it, if he would have came here to me and said, in his defense, honestly, I have to say, no, you know, the place is haunted, I would have fucking given him the bird, you know? But eventually I would have figured it out, as I did, and I would have been like, hey, you know what? You did tell me. You're right. And I apologize for that. Anyway, so what caused me to figure out that it wasn't him? Well, I started keeping the departure log, okay, and also started keeping those security cam footage videos. Remember those? If you go look through my YouTube channel, like, they stopped because I didn't need them anymore. That was like the point where I figured out, oh shit, this is what's going on. And one of the things that happened was, one of the final things that happened, like the final nail in the fucking coffin, was a couple times where the Lord and I, like, we're having like we usually do, and I was going to go to bed. And I cleaned up the kitchen first before we did. Like, I washed the dishes, I had a margarita glass, I put everything away, I swept the floor, and the Lord made me very conscious of the fact of, like, doing these things, right? And I woke up, like, the next morning, and I went into the kitchen, and there was a mess all over the kitchen. Now, not only was the door locked, but remember, if you go back in the videos, like, to where I was sealing the door by taking, like, wire and wrapping it around the fucking thing. So even if, like, God, I mean, like, there was no way in fucking hell somebody would be able to get back outside the door, even with those, like, you know, the additional locks that I put on, even if they were able to do that, because there are things to get around those little hotel things. Even if he had a key, was able to do that, there's no way he could have, like, then resealed the wire around the fucking lock. You know, one of the locks that I had there to kind of seal the door. And the door was sealed. And this happened twice. Okay, this was after the paint on the furnace, shit, like when I came home from the store, of, like, objects that I lost a week ago appearing, like, under the couch when I knew that they weren't there because I'd cleaned. Up there, you can see where I keep the... oh, wait, is it pointing right there? Where is it? Come on, cocksucker. There we go. Where my apron is and stuff, you can see there, where the scissors are. Just recently, because I put the produce thing there, I had to move them around. Usually the scissors went on the right side and the apron on the left. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I'll tell you this, and this isn't going to mean much to you. And that's why I did not make a thing over it. It's kind of the thing you have to know yourself when you do it. And what I'm going to tell you is this. I come home from the grocery store, and I would see those things switched out. And see, like, why am I not going to make a big deal? Because you know what I would say if you told me that? Well, are you sure that you didn't fucking, you know, absent-mindedly just do it yourself? And it's true. Even though I know maybe I made a mistake, right? Like, yeah, and I admit that. Like, yeah, okay. But see, again, it's aggregate. All this shit together, then I'm like, you look back and go, okay, yeah, that many times though, yeah. I mean, absent-minded, yes, but now I know. But it's the kind of thing that you can't prove it to somebody. You really can't. You know what I mean? You don't know if you're talking. You don't know if you're just walking up to me and you don't know me from Adam. You don't know if I'm a fucking airhead or what. You know? And the thing is, you know, and yeah, and that's the thing. That's what I don't like about the situation, is because it's not something I can empirically prove to somebody, and I'm used to that kind of shit, you know? Anyway, so let me, I don't know what I'm going to call this video. I don't want to call it ghosts or anything like that, you know? Like, but, I don't know. Maybe I'll call it fireside chat since it's fucking almost like a fireplace in here right now. All right, everybody. Remember, I'm going to pray now. Remember to brush your teeth, to floss, and to say your prayers. And I'll see you in the next video. I love you all, and peace.